as always, welcome back to the channel, and I need a haircut. So still in stage 4 restrictions. We've got about 2 weeks left now, so I'm bloody excited for this one. Getting closer and closer by the day, so it's gonna be good. So today's episode, we're gonna be working on, my God, I've missed her. So I'm very excited for today's episode. One, because we're gonna be working on the Skyline, and it's one of my favorite cars, and I love the Skyline to bits. 2 is we actually have a sponsor for today's video. Who would have thought? So today I'm filming in the garage because it's so windy outside, it's just ridiculous. It's one of the windiest days we've had. So I didn't want the audio to be really muffled from the sound, but yeah. So in today's video, I'd like to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, MaXpeedingRods. They actually reached out to me on social media and said, we love your videos and we want you to endorse some of our products. Pick anything from the inventory for one of your cars and yeah, do a video on it. So I ended up getting the hicas eliminator kit for the Skyline. Now, I already have a hicas lock bar with the stock toe arms and that, but they're just crap, and they got those shitty ball joints that always fail and make the back end crab walk and stuff. I decided to get the full eliminator kit, and they were really kind to reach out and provide me a kit. So if you do want to buy anything from their website, I will link it in the description below. If you use my code name, which is my YouTube name, Mark180SX, I'll put that in the description as well. You'll get 8% off at the checkout whenever you want to purchase anything. So I always want to help out someone that wants to help out the channel. So thank you very much, MaXpeed, and we'll get into this installation video. But first of all, before we do that, the Skyline's battery is dead, so I can't move it. So I've moved the patrol back a little bit, and we got to charge this battery up. Not that we have to drive it or anything, but I just want to leave it on charge while we work on the back of the vehicle. So before we put the car on charge, first of all, I want to show you what I have for this video. So obviously we have our sponsored product, which is awesome. I've already unboxed it just to make sure everything was there. We have these front upper control arms, which I don't think we're going to fit in this episode because I can't find long enough bolts, because the factory ones actually just screw into threads. They're just smaller bolts that screw into threads here, and I actually need to find a bolt that goes through with a nut, and obviously I need rated because they're suspension units. I don't want to snap anything, so I might not be able to install them in this episode. And last but not least, we have a product from Gktech, which I brought yesterday, and I wanted to see how that goes. So we'll start unboxing these, and I'll show you what we got. All right, hope you guys can hear me well. This box, we have our stuff and things. So first of all, we have these rods here. They will replace our toe arms now. So this end will go in the existing ball joint, so we'll just have to press these 2 little bushes in there. It's got a metal collar in there, and that will bolt up to where the mount on the actual subframe is. Now they are fully adjustable, so what I'll do first is actually mimic the old ones, get the right length, and obviously we'll have to get a wheel alignment as well. All right, so there's both our rods. We've got our hardware, which is good, and we have our eliminator mounts. Beautiful. So pretty simple device, gets rid of the lock bar that runs across the back as well, keeps it nice and simple, and everything's obviously hard mounted too, so rear end nice and stiff, which is a problem I'm having, is hard cornering. It likes to crab walk a bit, so this should eliminate all that. So massive shout out to MaXpeed for providing this lockout kit. Can't wait to install it. The fun part is going to be pressing those old bushes out. So I'll show you the setup I'll be doing for that. First of all, I'm going to put the battery on charge. Oh, I've got one more box to show you, that's right. I already opened this one just to make sure it wasn't damaged, but we have a radiator cooling panel from Gktech. So that'll go on the front grille, on top, in between the headlights, and that'll sort of cover the big gaping hole where the bonnet latch is. It's supposed to channel air into the radiator a bit better, so it doesn't sort of like dissipate all the air, and it sort of just channels the air into the radiator, so that's pretty cool. All right, the beast has awoken. We have the battery on charge, sitting there. Next thing we're gonna do is literally just jack the back of the car up, take the back wheels off, and see what we got to work with. And I'm really sorry if there's a lot of wind noise, guys, because like it's so windy. It's like fucking destroyed my car cover. Okay, so here's most of the things that we need. First of all, we have a trolley jack. We have some stack jams, we got a knocko meter, rattle gun if you have one, just makes life easier, breaker bar for things that get too stubborn, ball joint press remover kit, just your average tool kit, some heat for things that get very stubborn, and an angle grinder for things that are even more stubborn. Now some of these things you might not even have to use depending on how easy it is to get these out, but we have everything if we do get stuck. I'll get under the car shortly and I'll show you why we need some of these things to get those old bushes out. That's really good. All right, cool. Now we're inside the car. You can see my SlideWorks adjustable arms here. No, I do not have coilovers yet. That is one thing I really want for this car, so I better get onto them soon. I also have 33 brakes. Now these little bastards we're gonna get to. So first of all, you can see these are actually brand new. I did change these not long ago. They were a pain in the ass, took me about 3 hours aside, but that was no press kit. As you can see right inside here where my fingernail is, there's a little taper. We have to grind that taper off, that way we can press the bearing that way, and that means we can take this shock off, move it to the side or swing it out, and then get the press tool here and press that bush out. Right in here is our lock bar, so we got to unbolt that. So this whole rear assembly will come off. First of all, take that other wheel off and we'll get into it. So I was just walking past and I noticed, yeah. Lucky we didn't keep jacking. Man, the wind is so strong today. I feel like I'm gonna get blown over. Just from freaking, I swear the car's moving when the wind hits, Jesus. But we've got 2 jack stands at the back now, so we can start undoing some stuff. So first of all, just gonna remove this split pin here. Usually you need a ball joint splitter to pop this arm off, but last time we did it, we just smacked it a million times and it popped off. so I haven't got a ball joint splitter, so hopefully that gets us out. Now I did get a complaint in the last video for putting the camera too close to the rattle gun, so I'll move it away a bit more this time. There we are. There we are. That came off nice and easy. Hopefully the arm does as well. I only gave it a couple of hits and it popped off. Hopefully the other side is the same. Yeah, where my finger is there, that's the taper we got to grind completely off so it's flat, and then we got to press the bush that way. Also, one other thing, we have a blowtorch here for some heat, because you usually got to heat the knuckles up if you want to keep the knuckle on the car, obviously. I haven't got a bottle, so my mate might be dropping off a bottle soon. Hopefully he gets to me soon. If not, we'll try to do it without some heat and see how we go. Hopefully with the press kit it's a bit easier, because last time I just used a hammer and a socket. Took a long time, but yeah. So we're getting there slowly. Usually what you do as well is you actually cut off this stud, but hopefully if I just put a socket around here and then press it that way, it should just pop out. Fingers crossed. All right, so just pause the knot off this side. Hopefully a couple of hits. I'll try to get this on camera, but oh, that's good. Saves me getting the ball joint splitter. Oh, that one's fucked. Ugh. Oh God, listen to that noise. Oh, listen to that. So while they're undone, I can now unbolt the hicas lock bar, and I'll set it on the floor over there, and I'll show you guys the difference between a lock bar and the eliminator kit. All right, so now with the old unit out, here's the new style unit here. So you can see it's a little bit of difference, obviously. Now we got adjustability here and here. We only had the adjustability here. Instead of that bolting onto a stud onto a ball joint, this will just be replaced by this bush here. Nut and a bolt, makes it a bit more simplistic. And we completely lose the lock bar here. Turns it into from 1 unit to 2 units and keeps it all nice and hard mounted, which should hopefully stiffen the rear end up a lot more. Well, this is the bit I can't wait for. Now get the grinder out. We're going to start grinding around that tapered edge, so that raised edge, or that raised edge there I should say, and then that should give us the clearance to push the bush out that way. Just to give you a better idea, so this is where we started to grind now, so you can sort of see the taper now. So that sort of overlaps the actual bore that's in there, sort of what holds the bearing, the bush in when you press it. So we're going to go around and just slightly grind all that back. So I guess I'll keep doing that for the next fucking 10 hours and then see how we go. All right guys, so I ground that taper off so it's completely round. It's completely rounded off now, so you can actually see the line that forms around the bush where it needs to be pressed out. So I've got the actual press here. I've got a impact, I think it's a 17mm socket. Oh yeah, it is 17mm. All right, this little setup, I've got the block of wood there just to sort of stop the G-clamp from rolling over. I've tried to buzz it with the rattle gun, but it wasn't enough power, so I've just got the breaker bar on the actual ratchet, that on the back. And just a little couple of, you can't really see, but it's starting to press already. And we've only just been doing a couple of tugs on the old. We've got no heat on this either, no heat at all. I can't stress these tools enough. If you can grab them, I think it was 55 or 58 bucks, I can't remember. And yeah, it's that kit over there. Can't stress enough how good it is to have these. Oh, forgot to mention before, on the back of the bush, you'll have a circlip you'll have to remove. So just hammer that out and you won't need that anymore. Gone in heaps more. We've been pressing so well, I think we've excited Shania Twain. Fantastic. Now you see how we shave the edges out and it pressed out so easily. I can't stress enough to use one of these little kits. They're fantastic. That's with no heat. But we've got our little gas bottle over there now. Thank you, Dylan. So if we need heat on the other side, we have the bottle just in case. Grab this little bush assembly and then we want to sort of stick that in there. And I've got WD-40 in there, so it sort of just presses in on its own. It's nice and solid now. So now we've got to work on the other side, grind that one off, press that one out, and then do the same thing. So I won't even bother filming that side. We'll film predominantly this side. Get ready to mount the little brackets up the top there and adjust the arms, and ooh, exciting. Have a nice locked rear end. All right guys, so a bit of time has gone past. So you can see I got that one out too. Now I've got that one all ready to go. So now I've just tried to mock up these ones to measure with the old ones. So I got my trusty ruler, just try to get them in the same spot. I've got the pliers here just to sit the tie rod up so we get a sort of an exact measurement with the droop and everything, just to get it as close as possible. Then we can align it later. The closer it is, the better, of course. So now I think all we have to do is just mount them on the car and see how we go. So first we'll mount the toe arm mount. It just uses the same bolt as the hicas rod was bolted onto. Shiny new red bits. Now the new bolt will go through the subframe and through that as well. But first we have to put the arm in. Like so. A nylock nut. One side in, one more to go. Alright, sweet. Now that's all done, all bolted up. I'm going to head to the front of the vehicle and we'll back in this cooling panel while we're at it. So it pretty much just covers this front area here with the latch. What I'll do first is I'll probably take this GTR grill off first and then it'll slide on top of that. First of all, I got my factory Nissan GTR grill removal tool, so we'll just snip a rooney. If any of you want to know, yes, this is a genuine plastic grill. The GTR that got written off was in an accident, so this grill flew and broke all the mounting tabs, so I had to cable tie these top two holes here. So yeah, it is a genuine plastic grill. So the cooling panel sort of sits like this. So I guess we'll sit it like that, and we'll probably have to sit the grill in between. It's compatible with GTR grill, it just all depends on the latch you use. So if you use a GTR latch, GTST latch, you'll have to get the one that fits there. So there'll be one for GTR, one for GTST. So I found these nice little Allen head bolts lying around. They're just like a nice chrome finish, and I have one in that side, but these ones are too short, and I've only got one in that length that I need, so it's really annoying. So I have to find some other bolts. We just got some little slots in there, and that'll sit exactly like that, and that panel will sort of fill that gap. So I'll mount it all up and we'll see how it looks. With a bit of camera tricks, we're all done. Excuse my fingerprints on it because I do have dirty hands from working on it before, so I'll give it a good clean. But now that that panel's on, sort of see that it covers that area. Now I think they are going to make headlight ones. Comes like a 3-piece section. I know they just did for S14s, I'm pretty sure. So it'd be cool if they can make like a little piece that goes all the way across. I think it's more of a function over form because it is supposed to channel more air into the radiator instead of coming in and getting all fanned out in the engine bay, and supposed to direct it into the radiator. But that's all mounted up with our hardware, and yeah, looks cool. So I think now we'll put the rear wheels on, drop the car down, maybe take it for a little drive. Alright, she's back on the ground. You probably noticed at the back here it sits a little higher because it takes a while for the suspension to slowly settle, so it'll sit a bit nice when we go for a drive. So what do you reckon we get a nice cold start clip of her? Looking beautiful. And we'll get a nice cold start clip of her, I reckon. Still got half a tank of fuel in it. Now it's probably been about, I reckon about 9 weeks since I've driven this car. I miss it so much, even just sitting in it idling. It's been a long time. Another thing I was going to do in this video is actually I was going to do a dose pipe install, but I'll leave that for the next video because I have a few other parts coming for the car. So speed bumps. The back end feels really good already. I forgot how good this car is. Oh my god. Oh my god. I miss it. Oh my god, the back end is so tight already. Holy shit. That's made a big difference, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's just tight in the back now. There's no play. The alignment actually feels amazing. There's no wondering. I tried to get it as close as it was before. We'll see you at the house. And with some camera magic, we're back. This car feels amazing. The only thing I'm missing is coilovers right now, but having adjustable arms in the front and the back, and now I have the full hicas eliminate kit. Man, what a difference that made. I can't wait to actually take this out into the hills and feel the difference. The back end is so much tighter now, like it's ridiculous how much tighter it's made that. Even having newer ball joint bushings in the back with just the hicas lock bar, there was still so much play in the back end, it just wanted to wander all over the joint. I think once the sun goes down, I might go back out again, put the GoPro on the boot, or on the bumper bar, and get this thing to do a bit of a light show, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't, so hopefully we get some good pops during the gear changes and that. But yeah, success. Today's been a good success. So we'll wait till it gets dark and we'll go for another bust. I love this car. made it home in our little drive, being as inconspicuous as we can at night time. I think I woke up the entire neighborhood, but oh well. Well, hopefully on those exhaust clips, we had some flames at night. I'm pretty certain we'd have a little bit, but I did start it from a dead cold start, so it wasn't fully warmed up like it would be usually, but I didn't start giving it to it obviously until we got some heat into it. But I do miss driving that car, and that rear eliminator kit made a world of a difference, and that little cooling panel was pretty cool, not gonna lie. So I'm probably gonna wrap it up for this episode, as I really don't have much more to do. Really hope you enjoyed this episode of the 32. I'm really happy to be working back on JDM cars. I love four-wheel drives, but it's just so much of a thrill working back on turbojump cars. It's just so much fun. So hope you enjoyed the process of fitting the eliminator kit, as well as making the 32 look and handle a bit better. Shout out to MaXpeedingRods. I'll put their link in the description, and use my code MARK180SX to get 8% off store-wide when you go to the checkout. Always support people that support the channel. So I hope you all stay well, and to all my fellow Melburnians, hopefully 2 more weeks and we can be free again, or some sort of freedom. But hope you all stay safe, stay mentally healthy. We'll do some skids soon, I guess. We'll see you in the next video. See you later, everybody.